Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be stopping by for the very first time, my name is Donella and thank you so much for being here with me today on this upload. For this video, I am going to be testing, demoing, wearing, whatever your word you want to put there in the blank space. This product right here from Pixi Beauty, it's their H2O, what is this thing called? The H2O skin tint, and this one is in the shade Espresso. Now Espresso is actually the darkest shade from this skin tint line, and I'm also going to be trying a few more products from Pixi Beauty as well. Their Skin Treat makeup finishing mist, their Pat Away concealer, and one of their, what is this called, Matte Last liquid lip in the shade All Natural. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the brand Pixi Beauty actually originated from the UK. It is a UK brand. It launched in the UK at least over 10 years ago. Oh, it says so on the makeup finishing mist. It launched back in 1999, and Petra, the creator of Pixi Beauty, is originally from Sweden. So the whole name Pixi, there's actually a story behind it, and if you guys are interested in learning, you know, how the whole name Pixi actually came about, Petra actually has a video on the Pixi Beauty website where she talks about, you know, growing up in Sweden and the name behind, the whole name behind the Pixi Beauty brand. Now Pixi Beauty is actually a drugstore brand product, so you know, you would actually find it in places like Walmart, Target, those type of places. You can actually find Pixi Beauty in those stores, and it actually is a very inexpensive brand. Like, if I'm not mistaken, this finishing mist costs about $15. The concealer is $12, and I think the skin tint is somewhere between $15 to $20. They're a very inexpensive product. I think the idea behind it as well is that she wanted to create a line that was very inexpensive. And another reason why Petra actually created Pixi Beauty, it was more so created for mommies on the go. Petra is in fact a mother. She's a mother of 4, so she wanted something that was easy, you know, for moms on the go, where you can actually just apply in maybe 10-15 minutes and then you're out the door. So that's really a brief history of what I can recall at this moment, because I really don't want to make this video too long-winded, and I don't want to be rambling on too much about the history of Pixi Beauty. I like people to do their own research. If you guys want to learn a bit more about Pixi Beauty, then go ahead and log on to their website. It's pixibeauty.com. The things that actually pulled me in and why I initially started to buy Pixi Beauty products is the fact that she uses a lot of natural ingredients in her products. You know, most of her stuff having like aloe vera, ginseng, rose petals, you know, like rose water. Like for instance, the finishing mist actually has rose water and green tea in it, so it smells like amazing. It has an amazing scent, and your skin just actually feels so refreshed, and your skin just looks so glowy every single time you just spray a little bit of this on your face. And I absolutely love this. Now, they do actually have different finishing mists that have different ingredients in them, but I love rose water and I love ginseng and green tea because this actually works for me because I have oily skin. So I actually go with the ones that have ingredients that works with my skin type. If you guys want to know a little bit more about the Pixi Beauty H2O skin tint and how I actually applied it to my skin, then please stay tuned. Okay, so let's get started with what we have in our box, our little Pixi box right here of skin treats. I call them skin treats because Petra calls them skin treats. Now, the first thing I have is this. This actually came off of this. I peeled it off before I started in front of this camera because I knew it would be problems. And this is the Pixi Skin Treats Makeup Fixing Mist, and I'm going to be using this when I complete my entire face of makeup. And this makeup fixing mist actually contains rose water and green tea, which is actually like really good for your skin. The next product I have here in my Pixi box is the H2O Skin Tint, and this one is in the shade number 6 Espresso, and this is what it actually looks like. And y'all already know I'm loving this for 2 reasons. Number one, Pixi chose the color green for her products. Ching, and number 2 because there's a pump right here. You can tell from the name SkinTint that it's not really a foundation. You know, the name itself is self-explanatory. It's in fact a skin tint, which means that it's just gonna add a bit of tint to your skin. So it's not really like a foundation. It's more along the line of like a BB or a CC cream. Okay. So the next product I have in here is the Pixi Beauty Concealer Base. Now this is what, oh sorry, before I move on, this one is in the shade number 5 Mocha, and this is what it looks like. I absolutely love this. This is so simple and cute. Now the shade number 5 is actually Mocha, and I'm not really sure about the shade, but according to what I read, I think it would actually go well with my undertone, and this is what it actually looks like. It's not bad. I actually like the color. It's not really bad. It kind of reminds me, the feel of it and the finish of it kind of reminds me of my NARS Radiant Creamy concealer that I'm so in love with. And look at that. Yeah, pat away indeed. This I think I'm gonna like this. I really think I'm gonna like this. I can always tell from the jump when I'm going to really like a product, and from what I'm seeing here, I think I'm really gonna like this concealer. Me and this concealer are gonna be best friends. And the final item I have inside my Pixi box is the Pixi Matte Last Liquid Lip. Matte Last. Strange name. Anyway, this one is in the shade Or Natural. Now they did have a bunch of different colors that you can actually choose from, but somehow this shade of pink actually pulled me in. So this, they're saying it's supposed to be, well, they said it's a matte, what did they say on the thing? They said it's a matte last liquid lip. So if it's matte, I guess it's matte, so you know, let's just try it. Not forget to prime my skin this time. For primer, I'm going to be, sorry, not I'm going to be, I already used the Milani Prime Perfection hydrating face primer. It's also supposed to be pore minimizing, and you know, just as a backup, I also use the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Refine Zone treatment, and you know, this is just gonna help to control my my very large pores, because they like to stand at attention and just say salute. So in order to keep them, you know, I don't know anything about, you know, the soldier thing, like when they stand at attention and just stay put. Yes, whatever that maneuver is. Yes, that's what I'm doing right here with my pores, making sure that they stay put and they don't just like pop out and just say hello, 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 hello. All right. Enough of that. Let's the first product I want to try is this skin tint. Actually, I'm going to see what it says on the back of the box. Let's see. Petra, by the way, Petra is a mom of 4. Absolutely amazing. She's a mom and she's also a makeup artist. She says, I love this innovative new texture for the skin. It's very hydrating and refreshing, but dries to a semi-matte finish that stays on all day. It's a water-based tinted face gel. It evens out skin tone and gives complexion a flawless, no makeup look. Hydrating, long-lasting, and water-resistant. Ooh, water-resistant. I need to put this on when we have rainy days. It contains antioxidant-rich green tea, moisturizing rose water, soothing English chamomile, and relaxing lavender. It's fragrance-free, and it is suitable for the skin with the most, it's suitable for the most sensitive skin. I read that backwards. So I'm just going to pump this out. There we go. Ooh, wow, that's like a really nice rich brown right there. Ooh. Okay, Petra. Now this is a skin tint, so I actually expect this to kind of like sheer out, even though it came out, you know, looking like a really rich brown right here. So I'm going to be using my Sigma F80 brush, and oh wow, y'all know when you're mixing cake, like when you're mixing up cake mix and it feels nice and fluffy, like this is what this feels like. This feels like chocolate cake mix. God, this feels so good. Okay. All right, let me just see what this is going to. Let me get my mirror. Let me see what this is going to look like on my skin. Let's see. Skin tint, here I come. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I did. Right, let me just dip my brush in it. And just go around in circular motions. I'm actually not really feeling it. Like, it feels so lightweight, it actually feels like I'm not wearing anything. Oh, I can really see that this runs a little bit more on the neutral side, but it's a workable neutral undertone. I'm sure once I pop on maybe like a translucent powder or something, you know, it's going to even out all of that. So for now, actually let me blend it all out before I actually see anything, because it might dry down to a completely different finish. So let's see. I think I'm going to do just like, how many pumps did I do just now? I think it was 2. I think I'm going to do 1 extra pump just to be on the safe side, because I need some for this area right here. This very big area right here needs a lot. So remember, as I said before, you know, it's a skin tint, so it's not like when you're using like regular foundations. So I'm guessing I'm probably going to need a lot more of it, you know, to see some sort of coverage. So I'm going to add this. I just actually pumped out just like 2 more. I'm just going to try to even it on, you know, both sides of my face, and try to use the excess on my forehead. There we go. I'm going to take the same Sigma F80 brush and just buff her into my skin. So here we go. Round 2. Sure, I think I need to go around in circular motions. That way I don't, you know, move around the skin tint too much. This is the area that really tells me something. This area right here, my forehead, really tells a story. Really tells a story. Now what I'm seeing here is that it literally looks like exactly what it says, a skin tint, and you're just actually seeing just a small speck of barely beer type of makeup. Now I would actually probably wear this, you know, on the weekends whenever I, you know, I have to make runs to maybe like to the supermarket, or, you know, somewhere that's like somewhere that I kind of want to wear makeup but not too much makeup. I probably like reach for something like this, but for now I'm guessing I'm not going to get much coverage out of this because it's a skin tint. So I think this is all I'm gonna get. This is all I'm gonna get. So I'm going to move on to actually applying the Patouille concealer. Okay, so I'm going to dig into this concealer. Now she says it's a Patouille concealer. This is like a really big foot. Like, this is like a child's foot. This is like a preemie baby foot. This is kind of big, but I'm not mad at it at all. You see some yellow in this. I think I'm going to be able to actually balance out this area now that I'm seeing a little bit of yellow in the Patouille concealer. I think I'm going to be able to balance out some of the neutralness of the skin tint. So the only thing is that this this is kind of hard to work with, because when you try to push it back in, the head is so big. I did not mean that in a sexual way, I promise. I did not. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and start patting away the Patouille concealer in the areas where I want highlight. Wow, that was like really easy to blend. That was really easy to blend. Okay. That was super easy to blend. I think I actually have more on the left than I do the right, so I'm going to put this small smidge more over on the right and start blending her out again. So there we go. Okay, so I went and did my eyebrows. I don't know about any of you, but I feel like if I'm going to like something, I need to see it with my eyebrows on. You know, that's just me. It's kind of like whenever I'm looking for somebody's house, when I go to a client's house, I have to turn down the music in the car in order to be able to see. You know, that's just how it works for me. Anyway, I really went to did my eyebrows because I wanted the concealer and the skin tint to dry down a bit more. But according to the box, the instructions on the box is that it's a semi-matte skin tint, and the pat away concealer actually was supposed to be used with your finger, you know, exactly what it says, it's supposed to pat it away, but that wasn't going to work. So I used my beauty blender to blend out the concealer now. The only thing that I'm taking issue with is the fact that it looks like really gray, like the undertones aren't as yellow as I would expect them to be, you know, because we do actually have people with golden / warm undertones. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use to be using my Beauty Bakery yellow flower just to try to bring back some of that yellowness in my skin's undertone, because I feel like my skin looks so bland. I'm going to try to bring that back, sorry, with some of the yellow flower. I'm just going to pat that directly underneath my eye to set the pat away concealer with Beauty Bakery yellow flower, and to do that on the other side. And I'm also going to set the bit that I put on my big 5 head right here, and just drag it just in the centermost portion of my big 5 head, and just add a bit of it just below. So I'm going to be switching powders, and I'm going to be using my sorry, this is not Laura Mercier, this is my Sacha Buttercup powder. What I'm going to be doing is basically dragging just a small bit of it just below the area where I'm going to be contouring, and this is just going to help to bring out my contour more, and also to try to set the skin tint in place. And translucent powder is probably the it's a light translucent powders overall are lightweight powders, and I don't really want to put anything that's too heavy on it, because, you know, it's a skin tint, so it's not really doing much in terms of, you know, if you want to cover up your skin's imperfections and so forth. So I really don't want to put anything that's too heavy over it. So I think that my best bet was probably using the Sacha Buttercup powder to set the rest of my face. Okay, so now that I have on the rest of my face, you know, I'm almost done. I still have to set my makeup in place with my Pixi Skin Treat makeup fixing mist. This is going to, let's see if it says anything about shaking it up. Let me see the directions. It says an all-over setting mist prolongs makeup wear and keeps it from moving, melting, or setting into fine lines or pores. Comforts, protects, increases hydration, and balances skin for a fresh face. Before makeup, extend. After makeup, sets makeup and adds a soft, focused finish. Anytime shake and there we go. Shake to mix. So I am supposed to shake this baby up, shake it, 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 and shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker. Okay, I think that's enough shaking, and I am going to just, come on, baby, come on. Okay, there we go. Ooh. It smells really good. I don't know what this is, but smells really good. What is that? Must be the rose water. It smells good. See, now that I've actually added my rose water and green tea finishing mist, this doesn't really look that bad. I really don't think it looks that bad. You know, now that I have a little bit more warmth on my face, you know, I warmed up my face using my Beauty Bakery Coffee and Cocoa palettes, and I'm wearing my Narcissus. Is it loaded or wanted palette? Which one is it? I always get mixed up between the two of them. Wanted palette on my eyes. I'm just wearing one simple color right here. It looks like super sparkly. I love that color. And I'm just going to finish the look by applying my Pixi or Natural. What is it? It says a matte lip, but I'm not sure about this. But let's see. Ooh, this is like a really. Okay. I think I'm going to use a lip liner. This looks like. I think I'm going to apply a lip liner. I think to be on the safe side before I look like I have raw lip, let me put on a lip liner. There is absolutely nothing natural about this lip color. Please tell me why they put the name All Natural on this. Look at this. This is like super bright. But I don't hate it at all. It's very peachy. I like it. I like it. You know, it has like a nice high shine gloss to it, and then I added a bit of gloss over it, by the way. This is not it on its own. It does say that it's matte, but I don't think it's like a super drying matte. It's probably maybe like a semi-matte, or maybe a demi-matte type of lipstick. But I did put some of my Maybelline Shine Shot on it just to add a bit of, I don't know, I just wanted my lips to look like extra perky. But this is what the skin tint looks like, you know, now that it's completely dried down. I do actually think it runs a lot on the neutral side, but it's not all that great, but it's still not all that bad. I would definitely use it on days, you know, when I'm going to work and I don't really feel like I want to wear like a full-on face of foundation. You know, I do actually have BB creams, like, you know, I have Maybelline BB creams and so forth. Like, I don't wear foundation every day. Although people actually think I wear like a ton of makeup every day, I don't. There are days when I actually just pat on maybe some SPF and a little bit of BB cream and I'm out of the house. So I'm going to put on my Naomi and I'll be back in about, you know, a couple of minutes. Alright, so I am back and I want to pull my wig back real quick because I want you guys to see the difference between my chest area and my face. Now that I have on my jet black hair, you can actually see a lot more of the neutralness that I was talking about in the skin tint. Now, it's not an entirely bad product, you know, for persons, you know, for the minimalist persons who don't really like the heavy feel of, you know, foundations on a daily basis. You want to look like, you want to wear makeup, but you don't really want to wear makeup. You want that whole no makeup look. Then skin tints, BB creams, CC creams are the products that you need to be looking for. Would I recommend this one here from Pixi Beauty? I would have to say no. Only because I feel like Petra probably needs to do a lot more work when it comes to dark skin girls and our undertones, because now I do know that there are actual dark and deep dark skin women that actually have neutral undertones. But what about us that actually have golden undertones? What about us that actually have olive undertones? What about us that have red undertones? I mean, this product is actually good, but I think it needs a lot more work in terms of the undertones. The finish, the feel of it, everything is great, except the fact that it just dries down to this gray patchy thing that's on my, let me not say patchy, but it just dries down to this gray thing, gray mask on my face, and I'm not really digging that. But the one thing I actually really loved from the bit of products that I got from Pixi Beauty, I definitely love the makeup finishing mist. I love the smell of it. Listen. I need to spray some of this on my face again just because I love the smell of it. I'm sorry. It smells so good. And I think it's probably the rose water that's, you know, inside of it. It just smells so good. I'm telling you. Listen, I could wear this as a perfume. I swear to God, I'm going to wear this as a perfume. I'm going to wear this as a perfume. I swear to God. On to the Pixi, what is it called? Pat Away Concealer. I actually love the finish of this, and I love the color of it. The only thing that I took issue with is the fact that, you know, I can actually see that the translucent powder is just sitting on top of my skin. Like, I can literally see, like right here in camera, you can see how much of the translucent powder is actually sitting on top of my skin. I don't know if it has to do, you know, with the brands actually clashing. Maybe I need to try the concealer with a different translucent powder. But for now, I really did not like it with my Beauty Bakery Yellow Flower. I just feel like it's sitting on top of my skin and it looks a little crazy. So I definitely love the product. I really love the fact that it just melted away in my skin, but I'm not really digging the way it looks with my Beauty Bakery Yellow Flower. Moving on to the final product I got from the Pixi Skin Treats box was the Pixi, what is it called? Matte Last Liquid Lip in the shade All Natural. Listen, I don't know why they call this All Natural. There is nothing natural about this very high shine peachy thing right here. Now, I absolutely love this color. I think it actually transitioned well with the makeup look that I created. Now, usually I don't know what I'm doing whenever I just sit and create videos. I just see a palette and I'm like, look, I'm using that color, so we're gonna have to work something out today. So, but it actually meshed well. It's kind of like a monochromatic look, you know, with the eyes and the cheeks and highlight, and then the lips just finish it off. The lips to finish it off. All the products that I actually used from Pixi Beauty, you know, there were only like four of them, or five, I don't remember. I think it's four. These were probably my two favorite products. I love this this lipstick, and I absolutely love this finishing mist. It smells so good, and I think it just has my skin looking amazing. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I have been using Pixi Beauty for some time now. The first time I actually heard about Pixi Beauty is when they actually brought out their glow tonic, and I use this every single night after I finish taking off my makeup and all that. I use this just before I apply my moisturizer to go to sleep at night. And this is actually called a glow tonic, and it has in aloe vera and ginseng. And as you can see, there is literally just a little bit of dreads down there, and this is supposed to be for tonight. This little bit is for tonight, so I can't throw it away as yet. This is probably 2 nights here, maybe possibly 3, but for now, this is just all I have in here, these little dreads, and she gonna have to last a little while until the other one arrives. All right, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for being here once again with me for another upload. And if you have not heard the news already, for summer 2018, I am going to be trying out a bunch of different foundations just to see which ones actually hold up best in this summer heat with my oily face. This face is extremely oily, so we're going to be putting a lot of these beauty brands to the test with this face. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, I expect miracles. You know, makeup is not magic. It's not. However, if you put something out there and tell me that it's supposed to work for my skin type, then I'm going to hold you up to your claims. That's just all I'm saying. However, I do actually expect that some of the foundations are not going to work well with my skin type, but I'm going to be leaving most of it up to you guys. You know, you guys are going to be selecting the foundations for me. Say, hey, Donella, I want you to try this foundation. Let me know how it holds up with your oily skin, and then we are going to do a whole video, put everything to the test, and we are going to drop it right here on YouTube. What is with the highlights though? Why are you being so extra? Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here with me on another upload. By the way, before you leave, please remember to click that subscribe button on your way out. Until my next upload, until my next foundation. I wonder if anybody can guess what my next foundation will be on. Think y'all can guess? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys real soon. I'll talk to you guys next week on my next upload. Bye bye.